From 1912 to 1948, the Olympic Games held competitions in the fine arts. Medals were given for literature, architecture, sculpture, painting, and music. Obviously, the art created was required to be Olympic-themed. Ketchup was sold in the 1830s as medicine. In 1834, it was sold as a cure for an upset stomach by an Ohio physician named John Cook. It wasn't popularized as a condiment until the late 19th century. In 1386, a pig was executed in France. In the Middle Ages, a pig attacked a child who went to die later from their wounds. The pig was arrested, kept in prison, and then sent to court where it stood trial for murder. Was found guilty and then executed by hanging. The shortest war in history lasted 38 minutes. It was between Britain and Zanzibar and known as the Anglo-Zanzibar War. This war occurred on August 27, 1896. It was over the ascension of the next Sultan in Zanzibar and resulted in a British victory. Tug of war used to be an Olympic sport. It was part of the Olympic schedule between 1900 and 1920 and occurred at 5 different Summer Olympic Games. The nation to win the most medals in this was Britain with 5 medals, then the USA with 3.
In 18th century England, pineapples were a status symbol. Those rich enough to own a pineapple would carry them around to signify their personal wealth and high-class status. In that day and age, everything from clothing to houseware was decorated with the tropical fruit. Tablecloths were originally designed to be used as one big, communal napkin. When they were first invented, guests were meant to wipe off their hands and faces on a tablecloth after a messy dinner party. But today, before alarm clocks and way before smartphone alarms, there were people called knocker-uppers who would literally knock on people's window to wake them up in time for work. Up until the 1970s, knocker-uppers used a long stick, soft hammers, rattles, or even pea shooters to reach their clients' windows. I think they used to did like this. The ancient Romans often used stale urine as mouthwash. The main ingredient in urine is ammonia, which acts as a powerful cleaning agent. Urine became so in demand that Romans who traded in it actually had to pay a tax. While in power, Pope Gregory IX declared that cats were to be associated with devil worship and had them exterminated. Some believe that the disappearance of those cats helped rats spread the bubonic plague, aka the Black Death, that killed millions of people in the 1300s. In ancient Asia, death by elephant was a popular form of execution. They could be taught to slowly break bones, crush skulls, twist off limbs, or even execute people using large blades fitted to their tusks. In some parts of Asia, this method of execution was still popular up to the late 19th century. One man survived both the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and then later Nagasaki. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was a 29-year-old naval engineer on a 3-month business trip to Hiroshima. He survived the atomic bomb on August 6, 1945, despite being less than 2 miles away from Ground Zero. On August 7, he boarded a train back to his hometown of Nagasaki. On August 9, while being with colleagues at an office building, another boom split the sound barrier. A flash of white light filled the sky. Yamaguchi emerged from the wreckage with only minor injuries on top of his current injuries. He had survived 2 nuclear blasts in 2 days. During World War I, the French built a fake Paris. Complete with a duplicate Champs-Élysées and Gare du Nord, this fake Paris was built by the French towards the end of World War I. It was built as a means of throwing off German bomber and fighter pilots flying over French skies. One of the famous Indian history facts is that India has not been invaded any country in the last 10,000 years. It is a well-known fact that yoga was founded in India. But it is really astonishing to know that it has been practiced since the 1,000 years. Ancient Egyptian pharaohs used their workers as fly catchers by covering them with honey so the flies got attached to them. Vikings discovered America first, long before Columbus did. The Germans and British soldiers paused the war for a day during Christmas Day 1914. They sang, drank and celebrated together. They even had a match of football.